Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 39. We're just going to hang out here for a minute. I'm going to get this thing pulled up so I can see any comments, questions you guys may have. But we're hanging out here in Columbus, Ohio. All right, cool. This is good to go. Let's load it up here. Hopefully you guys shot a wedding over the weekend. Maybe you have one now. Okay, cool. I can now see it. All right, this is like super meta. Whoa. We're going to start getting like weird echo. Okay, you guys, welcome to episode 39 of Six Figure Live. My name is Ben Hartley, and we're here in Columbus. So Six Figure Live is really a chance to kind of bring you guys behind the scenes at just like the day in, day out, just super candid, like what's going on at Sound Story, what's going on at the studio, what are we up to, and then as well with Six Figure, just what we're doing in terms of education, what we're helping you guys out with, what you guys need help with. This looks like on Fridays, every single Friday we do Q&A, and so great questions. We again super candid, just right off the cuff, whatever you guys got. And so today I want to talk about a few things, actually, because some crazy shenanigans happened that you guys should all be aware of. And so we're going to have a backup conversation. And then as well, this is exciting. We submitted again. So Fearless Awards has collection 33. If you're not familiar with Fearless, you should 100% go check it out. Don't look too long, otherwise you'll start to feel terrible about yourself. No, I'm just kidding. It's some of the most amazing work. Some of the best photographers in the industry are there. And so anyhow, we submitted, and I want to actually go through and talk a little bit about some of the work that we submitted to the competition this round, and just kind of talk about it a little bit with you guys, let you know what we were thinking about, why we submitted it, and as well just to show you guys some of the work that we're creating, help give you guys ideas. So here's what we're going to try to do. I'm going to try to do this intro video, and we're going to see if it works out. I always have problems with the intro video, but I love it. I never want to give it up. Okay, you guys, welcome. We're gonna do this. What's up, A people? Carrie, it's so good to see you. Ben Adams has joined. Ben is literally like right there. I can see him. But it's fun that he's still checking it out. All right, let's do this thing. Awesome. All right, you guys. So here we go. There's some really exciting stuff to talk about today, and it's terrifying stuff to talk about today. Because we've had conversations about backup, you guys. I've kind of gone through, I've shown you a lot of the solutions that we have. One of the things we have not spoken about is on-site backup, okay? What happens when you're out at a wedding and someone steals your junk? What happens when you're at a wedding and you drop a camera in a pond because you're just being that epic but you failed, right? Like what happens when just even a card drops on the ground? Or what happens when someone on the team, I'm not going to say any names, I'm not going to point any fingers, not even going to give you an idea that it could have been a videographer, deletes, formats one of your cards while you're at the shoot on accident, entirely on accident. What happens? So let's chat about this. For starters, just so we're all clear, we're good. We have all the images. That has to be addressed. And the reason why we have all the images is because we've been very proactive, right? Backup is one of those things that's one of the like most boring things to talk about. Nobody wants to talk about backup. No one wants to think about backup. It's not sexy. It's not hot. It's just lame, man. But it's the thing that like when you need it, and when it works, it's the sexiest thing in the world. And so right now, I'm loving me some backup. So we shoot on 5D Mark IIIs. And so we have 2 slots in a 5D Mark III. And we throw two 128s, right? 128 gigabyte cards in those slots. And we're dual writing, okay? And so one of the cards got handed to one of our crew to put away, and there's, you know how weddings go, like there's just like, it's a frantic thing, there was all kinds of stuff going on, and it slid in he put in his camera real quick and just formatted it real fast, and then we just had this moment of like, wait, what just happened? Like, what, you didn't just seriously clear that. But again, it was not the end of the world because in fact we do have backup. So anyhow, I just had to address that because that right there could have been one of the, I mean, like if you didn't have dual writing, if you weren't actually being aware of it, or honestly, even there's people who they have dual write, but they just use it as a way to put two cards in, so they don't have to switch out, right? So one card writes, and once it fills up, it just goes to the next card. And that's how a lot of people will use it, or they just get lazy and they don't use it at all. So seriously, actually use that dual write. It's gonna mean having more cards. It's gonna mean you're gonna have to invest in a couple 128 gigabyte cards. It's gonna mean you just have to, like, especially when you have a team, everyone has two cards. But at the end of the day, man, I'd much rather that than get sued because we failed to deliver what we were supposed to. Anyhow, so I want to talk about Fearless because I freaking love Fearless, you guys. Fearless is a competition here. It's like worldwide, and it's some of the like top level photographers. Who's out there? You 10, 11 people watching right now. Who's listening? Who's submitting to Fearless? I know you guys are. You should be if you're not. At the very least, you need to be paying attention to it. In terms of where the industry is heading, in terms of what's actually interesting, what's exciting in the photography world, a lot of it is you can keep a close eye on it through keeping an eye on what's happening with Fearless. So anyhow, we've won a handful. Not anywhere. I mean, we've won more than anyone in Ohio, right? I think even the Midwest. But not anywhere near, like, some of these guys are just like 30 awards. They're all like this and those, like the Mans, Chrismans, like they're just incredible. Anyhow, I digress. I want to jump in and we're going to take a look at some work and we're going to talk about it. How's that sound? Carrie says, I wish not even close to that good. Girl, no way. Like, actually, it doesn't hurt to keep submitting. I think there's a yearly subscription, but I think to submit 6 images, it's free. And so, like, it doesn't hurt. And it's one of those things that, like, you kind of have to start. Like, you just have to, like, jump in and start and just keep submitting and keep pushing. And things start happening, and you're going to start finding yourself get better, even just with the mental idea that, like, hell yeah, I'm going to win this someday. And why not? I totally think you could. Krista says, I'm with Kari and not that confident. Dude, confidence, man. I tell you what, though, confidence, it's the deal breaker. It's the number one thing, right? It's like self-worth. And you guys, you got to believe in yourself, man. If you can't believe in yourself, how the hell are you going to get your clients to believe in yourself? Man, I really want that for you guys. So you should check it out. I think you owe it to yourself to take a look, check it out, and consider submitting some stuff. So let's take a look at what we've done. Now, we've got 3 photographers here. We've all submitted separately, so we're only going to be looking at my work right now. Right now, Ben Adams is in a little bit of a headache. Right, Ben, still? Yeah, Ben's in a headache right now. He's putting out fires left and right. So he was going to come over and talk about some of his work. We might not be able to get him to. Okay, let's hop in and take a look at some badass work. Okay, so I submitted 16 images. I'm just going to talk about it because I'm stoked. This is an image that I shot this last year, one of my favorite weddings, Indian wedding. And one of the things I love about it is you can see my EXIF data here, you guys. By the way, I'm like, dude, I got no secrets, man. Like, if I can do it, you can do it. So, like, learn my ways. So 1/125th on my shutter. But what happened was she was dropping rice on top of his head, and the timing of it ended up freezing the rice relatively in this, like, triangle as it's, like, falling over his head. And I just love it. I love the look on her face. Here's what makes a good Fearless image to me. A great Fearless image to me shows humanity. It doesn't necessarily show technical ability. Now, there's going to be times when you're going to put an image in there that's just, like, technically, like, holy shit. But most of the time, it's like, dude, does the picture make you feel? Right? It's not necessarily that it's epic. It just doesn't make you feel. Do you gather some sense of humanity? And if you do, well, then hell yeah, it's going to be in my Fearless submission. So this is one that just did that for me. I love the edit on it. I love the way that your eye just goes right to her. Anyhow, I'm stoked about it. Who knows if they'll be, but I don't care. I'm stoked about it. Let's talk about another one. All right, this one is so, like, the gut is almost like it's lame. It's almost like it's easy. It's like a typical wedding shot. But man, that shows humanity. There's so much going on here between the bride and her mom that just makes you want to smile. Like, you can't fake that emotion. You can't fake that interaction that they're having. I love the framing that's going on with the mirror. Are there flaws with this? Yes. It's very different than most of the work that I've submitted. Most of the work that I've submitted tends to be a little bit more dramatic and moody, and emotional. And this is emotional, but it's kind of got that bright, airy quality to it. But dude, again, I just can't deny the humanity that exists in this image. This was oh God, now I'm failing. I'll think of it in a minute. Anyhow, freaking love it. So we'll see. Next up, this now goes back to an image that is like very much more towards the technical side, right? There's very little humanity here, but I just found it really interesting. This is actually the same bride as up here. So this is Caitlin, and this is when she was getting ready, and she had all this jewelry, like a ton of these like bangles and things that would go around her neck, these necklaces and earrings, and so she was like dripping in jewelry, and it was so cool. And so I held up a ton of it in front of my lens, and I actually, using a off-camera video light in the dark hotel room, lit her and the jewelry, and just kind of created this pocket. Just again, I probably shot, I don't know, probably 60 or 70 images before I got one where I could actually see her. Scott, what's up, my man? It's going well, dude. So I probably shot about 60 images before I actually got one where her eye was showing through all of the awesomeness. So anyhow, I was fascinated with it. I also like to give Fearless, I like to do a variety. So not just bride and groom portraits, but like getting ready and interaction with family, all that kind of stuff. So this probably is not one of my strongest images to be Rizzle. All right, next up, check this out. This was a shot I did last year on top of a roof. And one of the things I want you guys to notice is aperture. It's like there is no aperture data here. And that's because I took this shot with my lens off of the camera. And that's what's causing some of this in like gooey, glorious, buttery, like dream quality. So I'm shooting like, this is like one of those shots where you're like putting all the chips, like you're all in. Like I'm on top of a roof and the veil is like blowing all over me and there's this bride and time is ticking, and yet I'm here like, yeah, I'll just take the lens off my camera and there's not enough variables to control here. But it paid off. And so it just, it's free lensing. And so it's essentially, doing a tilting effect with less control, but I think more interesting results. And so some of her veil's in focus here, and then it's out, and then it's out, then it's in, and her eyes are in focus, but her lips aren't. It's just, there's just this mystery around it. I love the humanity here. I love how beautiful she is, and yet very mysterious. And so that's why I submitted this image here. Hey, thanks, Carrie. Appreciate the compliment, girl. See, I'm not just all about business and like, giving clients value and making money. I try to walk the walk too and like show up and make stuff look good. This is another one that it's very mysterious to me, but I love the humanity here. I love this, just as the bride's walking away and looking over her shoulder and just the way that the veil is blowing. There's something about this that just feels so like real and authentic. And I couldn't even quite put my finger on it. When I took it, I brought it back in, I think in the back of the camera, I was like, meh. And then I started editing it, and it kind of like woke up to me. There's something, I don't know, maybe you guys disagree, but there's something about it to me that just felt authentic, man. And again, I think that's what photography is about, especially weddings. It's documenting moments, and it's creating a very authentic realness to it, capturing humanity. And so on the topic of realness, I loved some of the stuff at the receptions. Like reception party stuff can be so fun. This was a wedding I was flown out to in Houston, and had the chance to shoot a Vietnamese wedding. And I think the garter is a really fun time. It can be like super lame and cheesy. It's also a time too that you as a photographer, I want to encourage you guys to like get in there. I shot this with a 16 millimeter, and I'm at 16. So you have to imagine I'm probably like, 8 inches away, from her, if that. with this lens. And so like I just remember during this time I was like all over the place in the shots and capturing these reactions. Again, I love the edit. I love how you're drawn right to him, Brian, there as he's pulling off her garter. So anyhow, I think just seeing the crowd interaction, all these guys over here, this guy's who's just like wincing, there's something about this shot that again I just think it's I think it's just real. It makes me smile. This is an image that I recently did that, man, it's like Sistine Chapel-esque. I think I actually edited this one live for you guys on my live editing. When do we do that? Tuesdays? Yeah, join us tomorrow, you guys. I'm going to edit some more stuff for you. But I did this last week on our editing session. And I love this image. It feels like an oil painting. It feels like this moment that's probably a little bit like it looks more important than it is. But just there's something about the hands, the composition, the guys back here that I'm drawn to. I love the highlights, the shadows in it. And yeah, that's why I chose this one. Again, might not be one of my strongest pieces in the submission, but I just found it to be different. Not like, again, I think I wanted to get away from just submitting all bride and groom, all bride and groom, all bride and groom, and do something that was a little bit interesting. Okay, so this image here, one of the things that I love about this file is I love the mood. I love this. There's this romance to it, but it's not the bright, light, airy romance. It's like it's kind of like this deep, brooding romance. There's something about it that, like, the way that he's holding her chin and the color on her lips and the short lighting that she has, the veil. I don't know, man. This image just kind of gives me chills, and I want to see what's going to happen next. It feels like a still from a movie to me, and I want to watch that movie. And so that's why I chose it. It was a very real portrait that I helped to create, right? I helped to direct the couple in this way, but the direction was one that gave them I think the ability to not feel posed and directed, but to be able to be in this moment. So anyhow, freaking love this shot. All right, let's keep going. This is my good buddy Ben. He's our head shooter over here. So we got three of us at Stone Story. So there's me, Ben Adams, Stephen Lowe, and Ben is giving mad hearts right now. He's watching live, and so he's just showering it with love. Jason said, "What program are you using to show these in?" I'll tell you in just a second. This is perfect. So cinematic. Hey, thanks, Emily. I really appreciate it, girl. Ben, that dude is good looking. So you guys, this once again, this is Ben Adams. I shot his wedding, and this is Ben was given a watch from his wife and now wife. I'm not going to go into all the meaning behind it, but I mean already, even without you guys understanding the meaning, already holding, like, you can just see like the way that your eye is drawn to this watch and to see his face and to see the tears. Like, watches already have kind of loaded connotation to them, and so the way that we had him open up this gift. You guys, we weren't intentional. I mean, we were intentional. We didn't just let this happen. We had him open up this gift right where this lighting is, where he's like perfectly short lit, and the way he's looking out the window as he's wiping this tear. Like, this is all super real stuff. Dude, you said he was bald and he was weeping like a baby. I actually there was ones where he showed more emotion, but they were like the ugly cry, so I couldn't put him in because they were just like too much. I'm just messing with him, but for real. So anyhow, so yeah, this is just the groom opening up a gift, and this can be fearless, right? You guys, again, get outside of this idea that being a part of Fearless or submitting these competitions means that you have to use off-camera lighting. It means that you have to shoot crazy wide. It means that it has to be epic skies and backlit. It means that the bride and groom have to be nose to nose with a silhouette and some weird new light tool that you bought on $50 from a Kickstarter campaign. Like, it can actually just be that you showed up and were conscious of the people and the stories on the day. You were intentional about how things were going to unfold, and you were proactive in anticipating what was going to happen to capture a moment. And to me, that's kind of way more fearless. So anyhow, on that note, on the note of anticipation, let's take a look at this image. This was an image that I shot dude, was this 2 years ago? Holy shnikey. A year and a half ago? I don't know. Not 2015's New Year's Eve, but 2014's New Year's Eve. And I knew, because this is what I'm talking about when I say proactive, I knew that the balloons were going to drop in the middle of the dance floor and that the couple was going to kiss, and I needed to have everything set up. I needed to have all my lighting set up, and the crowd was just ridiculous. I needed to have the right lens there. I needed to make sure that all the right people were around them. And so there was so much that I was trying to just be aware of and to anticipate, and yet so much was out of my control. Who knew what was going to happen when the clock struck midnight, and how it was all going to go down. But I showed up. That's, it's like the whole thing on luck. It's like the lucky people show up. And so this right here is the bride and groom. This is her mom, her dad. I love the toasting going on here. This was the maid of honor who I think hooked up with someone that night. But I love the balloons falling on their heads. The hat that he's wearing. Again, it's just humanity. It's real. And that's what I'm freaking digging about this shot. Okay, let's keep going. I'm curious. I want to know from you guys, which is your favorite when we get to the end of this. So this is a wedding that we shot last year. This was such like a small wedding, you guys. This was not one of those weddings that's like at the Hilton downtown, and like all just the ridiculousness and all the vendors who are just at this crazy level. This was just a small wedding, and I think it was like Lima, Ohio. And but it was one of my favorites because this is a wedding that the couple just got it. Their family and their friends just got it. It freaking poured on her wedding day. Dude, she could have given two shits. She just wanted to enjoy her day with her dude. And she did, man. She didn't let any of that get her down. And so this was leaving the ceremony, running out to the, they didn't even have a party bus, I don't think. It was just running out to the car. And they were just enjoying it. And so I'm running out in the rain again. Being fearless, it's not necessarily all that stuff. It's just being willing to hustle, being willing to put yourself out there. And this was one of my favorite images that I think I've actually ever taken. It's on the homepage of our website because again, just the humanity, the expression of his face, the rain that's coming down, just it was so awesome. This is actually the same couple here. And when we're talking about, I'm not a fan of kiss shots, you guys. One of the last things that I'll ask a couple to do is to look at each other and kiss, because that's just lazy. I mean, as a wedding photographer, to tell your couple to do, okay, and now kiss. It's because you don't know what to do, and you're scared and you're nervous, and I understand that. I've been there. I get it. But I had to move past it. I had to recognize that I was scared. I had to recognize that I didn't know what to do, and I was trying to buy time, and address it and grow as a photographer. But this is different. This was different in terms of the kiss. There was something about this kiss that was so perfectly real, and I don't know, I'm about to say the word juicy. I think I just did. That's oh man, jeez. Again, humanity. I don't know what else to say about it. But I freaking love this shot. I love this kiss shot. This is a kiss shot that I can be proud of. This is a kiss shot that to me, it's not lazy. It's not the normal kiss shot that I think we're used to seeing. Let's keep moving. Right? Humanity, you guys. Look, here's the thing about weddings. Weddings are there's so many emotions. There's such a broad spectrum of emotions on a wedding day that deserve to be captured. They deserve to be told. It's not just the romance. It's not just the bright and airy. It's not just it's everything, right? It's everything. It's the party. It's the fun. It's the personality. This is the bridal party. These are two people in the bridal party. There's so much personality here. They were just goofing off. I think it was Ohio State fans. I think they were, actually, I think it was like pro level, because there was something about an Irish team. Dude, I don't sport, you guys, so I'm gonna struggle on this one. Either way, it was just a fight about like athletics, right? And there was like one couple across the room who I think were like waving a flag, and then these two like came over and just like, you know, threw up the bird to them, and then, you know, they just started all laughing and came over and danced together. But it's like, this is a shot that I can get behind. I can get behind the realness and the humanity of this, and it just makes me smile, man. It makes me laugh, and I want couples who want this, right? I want couples who recognize that there's more to the day than just like love, right? There's like fun and humor. Like, you gotta like get like I guess not take things too seriously, and let humor just be humorous. You know what I mean? I'm glad you appreciate it, girl. And so it's on our portfolio, and it's one of those images that, like, to me, this might filter people out, and that's okay, right? That's okay if people don't contact us because they're offended by this image. I want the people who see this image and they chuckle to themselves and they say, you know what? If I got a couple of friends who fit this personality, then hell yeah, let's do this thing. All right, let's keep going. So this is a shot. This is one of the. There's only a couple more left. This image here is just the first dance between a bride and her dad, and they're just, again, the beaming with smiles, the look on his face, the lines, the way his eyes are just like he's smiling so big that his eyes aren't even open, and they're not open because they're closed. They're just open because they're closed because he's smiling so big, right? Like, I just love that about this image. You can just see it, and you can see actually the same smile in her. And so there's something about this that, to me, this is when I think about the first dance that I want to have with my daughter. I want it to look like this. I want it to, more than look like this, I want it to feel like this. And so that's why this picture made it in. Again, it's have there been better first dance pictures taken with the father and his daughter? Yeah, absolutely, yes. But I had a reaction to this image that made me want to be in his shoes when my little girl gets married, and so it made the cut. I got two more, you guys. Okay. This was a shot that we did for a good friend of ours, Jocelyn and Brandon, and it was just the flower girl on the day, and so Jocelyn had just put her dress on, and I think that compositionally this image is lacking. I think that she's pretty close to the frame here. I don't like that I can't see where these hands come from. There's a lot of things I don't like about it. And man, yet at the same time, I could not help but just react to the look of awe on this little girl's face. I couldn't help but react to it. And so I understand that it's flawed. I could critique this image extensively. But I think, again, it comes back to some of the best images aren't the most technically perfect. And could it have been better? Yeah, I think so. I kick myself because of it, and I'll do better next time. But the way the light is just hitting her face and her eyes, I just love it. This next one is interesting, and I chose it once again because I wanted to push myself. I didn't just want everything to be bride and groom, bride and groom, bride and groom. There's something about the way that his hands are around the groom that are, I don't know. There's so much strength there. The grip in his hands, the way that his fingers are spread, the way that he's like pulling him in so tightly. I think that there's so much masculinity that's showed in this, and yet vulnerability, and it's not the typical shot that you would see between a groom and a groomsman. And yet I responded to the humanity behind it. Just the hands. I think compositionally too, I got excited. I love the angles that are going on here. I love the clenchedness. So I put this one in. This is kind of like my wild card of an image that I could see moving forward, but who knows? So anyhow, let's hop back over to me, you guys. Dude, hopefully you guys found this helpful, even just to kind of get inside my head a little bit, you know? And I think hopefully too, you found this helpful in terms of what's getting submitted to Fearless, because there was a couple of you who were like, I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. And I'm saying bullshit. I'm saying that there's you guys, just because you're not using off-camera lighting and just because you're not doing big epic shots, I bet you have shots that show humanity. Challenge yourself, you guys. Find the shots that show humanity and start submitting those, and push yourself. So that's my advice. Again, who knows if it'll win, but I know these shots are amazing, and they're going to go up against some of the best the best in the world, and so we'll see how that turns out. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching today. Tomorrow, two things. Tomorrow is Editing Tuesday, so I'm going to be doing some live editing for you guys, so tune in for that. And then Wednesdays we're going to be critiquing some of your work, so I want you guys to submit work. We need some more of it. We got some, but I want more. I want to critique a ton of your work on Wednesday. And it's a very proactive critique, you guys. I want to give back as much as I can to you, help better your work, and just as the community. And so submit over. There's a bunch of forums down below. I think episode 33, 32, 34 probably all have forums. If you even scroll down until you see Editing Tuesday, you should see a submit form in there. And just drop in 3 images that I would love to take a look at what you guys are doing. And again, it's not to there's zero about it that's going to be to tear you guys down, but everything to try to build you up and to help you just keep getting better, you guys. So thanks so much for hanging out. Maybe tomorrow we can take a look at some of Ben Adams' work that he submitted, or even Stephen Lowe's work that they submitted to Fearless, get inside their brains a little bit to see what we're up to. So Katie Adams is here. Is that your sister? Katie Adams. That's awesome. Okay, you guys, we'll talk soon. See you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.